So today I'm filming the 2021 Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid here. As you guys can see, it's right behind me here. Looking at the front fascia here of the Chrysler Pacifica. This minivan does compete against the Toyota Sienna Hybrid, which is back as a hybrid for 2021. Also the Honda Odyssey, which Honda has not even given that thing a hybrid system. It still has that naturally aspirated V6 underneath the hood. But looking here at these headlights, are going to be a full LED with an automatic low and high beam, an LED daytime running light with an incandescent turn signal. And Chrysler does throw in LED fog lights here, lower part of your bumper. There's going to be front parking sensors here. This is for the driver's assistant, which includes adaptive cruise control with stop and go, with pedestrian detection, emergency braking. I like the Chrysler emblem there with the front facing camera. I do like this grille here, it looks really good. Honestly, the Pacifica does look soft in a sense. Honestly, I want you guys to comment down below, what do you think about the Pacifica here? Would you guys pick this over the other competitors in this segment? And the Pacifica is the only one to offer a plug-in version. Yes, I know Toyota does offer the hybrid system on the Sienna, but it does not offer a 30-mile one single charge like the Pacifica here does. You guys open up the flap here, like I mentioned, you can get a 30 to 33 miles on a single charge. So if you guys stay locally by your house, or you want to go grocery shopping or to work within that 30 mile radius, you can definitely do so. Looking at these tires and rim setup here, these are a 235/60 tire. They're wrapped in this 18-inch rim design. Honestly, I kind of like this rim setup here. I like the turbine type look here. Looking at the mirror cap here, it does have a chrome mirror cap with an LED side marker. My Tesla does have a top-down 360 view because you have all these different cameras around the vehicle here. And above, my Tesla has this massive panoramic sunroof, and the third row does get its own sunroof. This is the first minivan in the segment to offer that. But making our way to the rear here of the Pacifica here, looking at these taillights, honestly, this is probably one of the best taillights that I've seen on a production car here. Full LED design with an LED turn signal, with an LED brake light, with an LED reverse light. There's this rear wiper here to keep the rear glass clean. I wish Chrysler would have tucked it underneath the rear spoiler here. There's your Chrysler emblem there. Over here is going to be the E-Hybrid badge to signify that you have the hybrid trim. Over here is going to be the Pacifica name, and down here, Chrysler does throw in rear parking sensors. I like this chrome script here with the reflectors integrated into the bumper. There's no visible exhaust tip because this is the hybrid. Open up the cargo capacity back here. Also, Chrysler does throw in LED lights for the tag and a standard backup camera. Chrysler says you get 33.5 cubic feet of space. And to fold down the third row here, there's no power function here. My Tesla does not have that, so they just give you these little straps here. You just pull the strap here and pull this one. Unlike the Honda Odyssey, which makes it a little more difficult to do, the Pacifica is just like one type of throw and it just flops down. You can also do this with this seat as well. And Chrysler says once you fold everything down, you get 140.5 cubic feet of space. The Honda Odyssey is going to be the top dog with the most cubic feet of space, which is around 144.7. And open up this little compartment here. This is for additional storage, so you can hide your goodies or a purse or whatnot. But overall, this is a big vehicle here and does offer a lot of cargo space. You can also close the liftgate here by pressing this button right here. So I'm sitting inside the interior of the 2021 Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid. Looking at this interior, Chrysler did a fantastic job here with the Pacifica. I do like the two-tone color combination that my Tesla has with the brown and black contrast here. My Tesla also has the company's 10.1-inch Uconnect 5 system. We're going to talk about the Uconnect 5 system a little later on in the video here, but shutting the door. To start up the Pacifica, just put your foot on the brake and press the start-stop button right here. Like you guys know, this is a hybrid. There's no traditional startup noise here. We're looking at the door panel material. Is going to be a soft touch ejection molded plastic. There's 2-person memory seat. There is a real metal door handle here. It is one touch up, one touch down for all 4 windows. You can power fold these mirrors in as well, just in case you're on a tight street, like in downtown somewhere, you just want nobody to take off your mirrors. You could just power fold those in. Over here is going to be for the fuel cap opener button. There's additional storage, a nice grab handle here. I like the gray stitching here. Over here is for the headlight controls, dimmer switches. This is a tilt telescoping wheel. It does have somewhat good of a range and adjustability here. I wish Chrysler would have offered a power tilt telescoping wheel here. But looking here at the steering wheel, I do like the brown and black contrast here with the metal around the steering wheel here. This does have adaptive cruise control with stop and go. There's this pad here to cycle through this LCD display here. It shows you different things like your screen setup, your message, audio source, your trip information, hybrid system, your driver's assistance, like I mentioned. This does have adaptive cruise control with stop and go, with blind spot monitoring, with rear cross traffic alert, pedestrian detection as well. I do like the power gauge here. It shows you when it's charging, and this also for the fuel gauge here. It says I have 120 miles until empty, which is not bad. And Chrysler said you can drive this thing on 30 miles of electric range. This is the only minivan in the segment to have a plug-in version. Yes, I know Toyota does offer the Sienna hybrid, but that's not a plug-in version. But looking at the upper part of your dashboard, it's going to be a soft touch ejection mode. The plastic here, I like the stitching here. There's more soft touch here on the actual dashboard there. My Tesla does have the Harman and Kardon sound system, which sounds pretty good as well. I also like the Chrysler emblem there, also with the 3-spoke wheel design. But looking here, this is the biggest head unit in the segment here, with 10.1 inches of it. My Tesla does have the Uconnect 5 system. This is the first to get the Uconnect 5 system, and of course FCA is going to be trickling this down to the other vehicles once they get them refreshed and whatnot. Looking at the Google Maps, it's fast, it's responsive. This Uconnect 5 system is really nice. I like the way it looks. But going here to the main page here for the Uconnect 5 system, it's fast, it's snappy, you guys can see. But going to the navigation, you press the button there, you can press recenter so you can see exactly where you're at. The system is fast, it's really responsive, you guys can see. I'm really impressed with the Uconnect 5 system. I was even impressed with the Uconnect 4 system. FCA said that they're gonna also do over-the-air updates. So if this thing needs an update, you don't have to take it to the dealership. They'll just send you one over the air. You can also connect 2 phones at the same time. Like I mentioned, this does have Apple CarPlay, and it does have Android Auto here. But going here to the seating controls, it does have heated and cool seats with the heated steering wheel function there. You can go to comfort as well, as you guys can see here. Nice, beautiful, high resolution screen here. Chrysler is doing a really good job here. But looking over here, putting the Pacifica into reverse here, there's this rotary knob. There's a top-down 360 view there. There is a backup camera. If you guys can hear the little sound, that's the roaring sound, to let everyone know that you're in reverse. Because my Tester is a hybrid, there's no traditional engine noise here. So that's why Chrysler has that little buzzing or roaring sound. This does have a front-facing camera. This is kind of like a close mode here. There's the backup camera with trajectory, distance markers, and parking sensors and whatnot. So Chrysler did a really good job here with this 10.1 inch display here. But putting it back into park, they can switch over to the left. It's electronic parking brake. I do like the gloss black material here on the center console. The parking sensors, your lane keeping assist, stability control. You can turn the screen off. There's a hazard button there, menu. This does have dual climate control. Down here is going to be for the DVD player, for the Uconnect Theater package, which is around $2,400. You can just pop the CD in there and it will display on these screens. I'll talk about the screens once I get into the second row there. There's more of that black piano trim there. Pushing this, it reveals a wireless phone charger with 2 USB-Cs, 2 USB ports. I'll show you guys the key fob here. This key is really sturdy and it does have some weight on it. There's a lock unlock function for the tailgate, remote start. You can also open up the sliding doors there. There's a panic button there. The key does have a lot of weight to it, and I like the way that key feels. It doesn't feel flimsy and whatnot. But you can push this back and that does close the flap here. This does have 2 cup holders. Open this here. This is for a USB-C, a USB port. They're quick charging, also with a 12 volt. This is a shallow amount of storage here. And underneath here, my Tesla does have a pass through there, so you can have more storage. So Chrysler, this thing does have a lot of storage compartments and whatnot. But open up the glove compartment here. It does have a pretty decent size to it. The seats in here, they're supportive, they're comfortable. I like that they have the gray stitching with the gray piping and whatnot. One trim that I'm looking forward to filming is the Pinnacle trim. That's the top of the line Pacifica there. My Tesla does have LED lights. This is for the sliding doors there. You can lock them as well. This is for the lift gate. This is for a sunglass holder here. This is a convex mirror here. But looking here in the infotainment system really quick, my Tesla does have this thing called fan cam, so you can watch the kids in the rear seat. If I can find how I did it, you guys can see there. You can pull the tab down. Like I mentioned, it does have the fan cam here, so you can also it will show you the child's face and whatnot. So if they're sleeping, you want to double check to make sure that they're sleeping. It will show you that. You can zoom in and whatnot. So a lot of functions. I know Honda offers kind of the same thing, but I do like the fan cam there, just in case you want to watch your kids in the second and third row. but I want to use that convex mirror. I just use the fam cam like I mentioned. This does have this massive panoramic sunroof, but there's this bar that does cut into the panoramic sunroof, but it still lets a lot of light into this cabin. And they also offer a sunroof in the third row, but it does not open. It's just a fixed glass. But overall, Chrysler, you did a really good job with this interior, and I'm really impressed on how this looks. So this is probably one of the best interiors compared to the Toyota that I reviewed, and also the Honda Odyssey. So to get into the second row here of the Chrysler Pacifica, Chrysler makes it pretty simple. You can either use the key fob, or you can grab the handle here, and the door will power slide open itself. But getting back here, my Tesla does have captain's chairs. But honestly, these captain's chairs, they're really plush, they're comfortable, just like the front seats. I do like the way that they feel. Looking up here, my Tesla does have a massive panoramic sunroof to light into this cabin, which is not a bad color combination. I do like this two-tone color combination here. My Tesla does offer the Uconnect Theater, which is around $2,400. That includes these tablet-like screens here. You connect your HDMI port, also a USB port here. And it does have some educational stuff, so if you want to keep your kids entertained on a long road trip, you can definitely do so. And also, my Tesla does have the DVD player, like I mentioned, from the front seat there. But to close the door back here, you can press that, or you can use the grab handle here. Chrysler makes it pretty simple. They even throw in these manual sunshades here. Above me, there's going to be the air vents as well. There's this coat hanger here with LED lights, and the controls here for the air conditioning is going to be up on this side. Normally, some competitors will put it down here, or they'll put it on this side of the vehicle, but Chrysler puts it over there. So if you want to control the air conditioning back here, I would recommend sitting in this seat here. There is a headphone jack and HDMI port with a USB port there that Chrysler throws in. There's going to be two map pockets here, a cup holder here in the door. Opening this here, additional storage with two more cup holders. You can also slide the seat forward and back to give the person in the third row more leg room. But the Toyota Sienna, you can slide back additional 25 inches. But overall, the Pacifica here is not a bad minivan. The floor back here is completely flat, as you guys can see there. I like that they do throw in these armrests here, so you can rest your elbows and whatnot. But let's hop into the third row of the Pacifica. So to get into the third row here of the Chrysler Pacifica, Chrysler makes it pretty simple, just like the second row here. You can grab this handle here on the seat back here and slide the seat forward here. It reveals a nice aisleway to get into the third row here. But getting back here really quick, sitting here on the right side of the vehicle here, there's going to be two cup holders here with a USB-C, a USB port, and Chrysler does throw in your own set of manual sunshades there. And above me, there's going to be the camera for the fam cam, so you can check on the kids in the second and third row where I'm sitting at here. And above, this is the first in the minivan segment here with its own separated sunroof here. But Chrysler does offer a panoramic sunroof, but no other competitor will offer this third row sunroof here. Over here is going to be another cup holder with a small amount of storage here. But overall, the third row is not a bad place to sit. Just like the second row is not a bad place to sit. And the third row back here is spacious. I have plenty of knee and foot room here. But if you want someone to slide the seat forward, they can definitely do so. But Chrysler, you did a really good job with the packaging here. But if you guys are looking for these store and go seats, unfortunately, my Tesla does not offer that because the batteries live underneath the second row. Now the hood open here for the 2021 Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid. Let's see what powers this thing. This has the company's 3.6 liter V6. It makes 260 horsepower. It's paired with an eCVT transmission. It's paired with two electric motors. Of course, it uses a lithium-ion battery pack. And this is the only minivan in the segment that you can plug in. Yes, I know Toyota does offer the Sienna hybrid, but that doesn't have a plug-in version. And Chrysler says that gets 30 to 33 miles on a single charge, which is really impressive. But if you guys don't want this hybrid powertrain, Chrysler does offer a gasoline version, which uses the company's 3.6 liter Pentastar engine that makes 287 horsepower, makes 262 pound-feet of torque, and that's paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission. And Chrysler says you can tow 3,600 pounds with the gasoline version. If you guys want all-wheel drive, which is back since the year 2004, which is 17 years ago, Chrysler will charge you additional $3,000 for the all-wheel drive system. So start off in the 2021 Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid. My Tesla has the company's 3.6 liter V6. It makes 260 horsepower and it's paired with an eCVT transmission. And Chrysler says that you can charge this car and get 30 to 33 miles on one single charge. Chrysler does give you that option. The other competitors don't even offer that. But yes, Toyota does offer the Sienna Hybrid, which is not a bad choice as well. but that car gets around like 37 miles to the gallon, and it does offer all-wheel drive, which is technically an electric motor which powers the rear axle. My Tesla here on the hybrid, you can't even get all-wheel drive. If you go for the gasoline version, Chrysler will charge you additional $3,000 to get the all-wheel drive system. That's back after 17 years, so since the year 2004, the all-wheel drive system is back. But just driving this thing, the thing drives completely smooth. I like the way the suspension feels, the chassis feels really good. I don't feel any harsh vibrations from the steering wheel, but this thing is completely quiet. Just driving this thing, honestly, I'm really impressed. This is my first time driving the Pacifica here, and honestly, I have no complaints. The steering feel is light, it's numb, it's not sporty. You're not gonna take this thing to the track or anything like that. But if you're looking for something a little bit more sporty, Chrysler does offer a gasoline version of this. So just in case you don't like that hybrid system, with the electric and gas together, you get 82 mpge together combined, which is not bad. Honestly, that's different. Like I mentioned, you do have the other competitors like the Sienna. I tested that vehicle is really good. It's not sporty. None of the minivans in the segment are sporty, but the Honda Odyssey is the only one that doesn't have no all-wheel drive system. That's not a hybrid. So if you're looking to be basically different in the minivan segment, you have to look at the Odyssey, because that still offers front-wheel drive. And honestly, I drove that. That thing is really fast. It's one of the fastest minivans in the segment. But putting my foot down, you do feel the torque. Not a lot of torque, but it will push you back in the seat. But this thing is quiet. The interior is quiet. You can definitely go on a long road trip with your family and rack up highway miles. I like that they do throw in the rear seat entertainment, but FCA calls it the Uconnect Theater, which is around $2,400. Honestly, I would spec that in to keep my kids entertained, so they won't keep asking me, are we there yet? And I like that they offer the fam cam, so if your kids are sleeping or you want to check on them as you're driving along some back roads or the highway, and you want to make sure that they're okay, you can go to the fam cam through the Uconnect 5 system here and check on them. Honestly, it's a nice clean resolution. I like the way that they look. Honda was technically the one to pioneer that camera to look at your kids, but Chrysler, they made it, and basically made it in their own way, which is technically still nice. But the Pacifica here, I like the way that it drives. The seats in here, they're supportive. They're not aggressively bolstered. If you wanted to rest your elbows here, they do throw in this armrest here, so you can just cruise and basically just drive this thing economically as possible. But putting my foot down here, the gasoline engine did kick on, but you can drive this thing in electric range. But honestly, I have no complaints. The powertrain is smooth. The eCVT transmission is not buzzy. It's not drone into the cabin. But I haven't tested the 9-speed in the Odyssey. So once the dealership gets a gas-powered version, I'm gonna basically test that one out and see how the 9-speed is. A lot of people talk bad about the 9-speed. I haven't tested it yet, so I'm not gonna criticize it until I actually get my hands on one. But the eCVT here is responsive. You do feel a surge of torque, and honestly, me just driving it like that, basically I'm getting 125 miles into empty. This is not with the car even at half a tank, so you can basically make this a daily driver, a family commuter car or minivan. But Chrysler did a really good job. I like the way how they tweaked this interior. I like the Uconnect 5 system there. The Uconnect 4 system was good, but the Uconnect 5 system, of course, is a little bit better. I like the 10.1-inch display here. It does have Apple CarPlay, which is wireless, and also Android Auto, which is wireless as well. You can connect 2 phones at the same time. But overall, I really have no bad complaints. This thing rides just like every other minivan in the segment, compliant, smooth. But no other minivan in the segment offers a plug-in version. Like I mentioned once before, Toyota does offer the Sienna, but that's not a plug-in hybrid. That's a traditional hybrid system with electric motors and whatnot. But no other minivan in the segment offers the plug-in version. This does have the driver's assistance, which includes adaptive cruise control with stop and go, also with pedestrian detection. Chrysler says this does have the most standard features out of the other competitors. Visibility here out of the Chrysler Pacifica is really good. You have a good commanding view of the road here. Like the side mirrors here, my Tesla does have blind spot monitoring, rear car's traffic alert. All the driver's assistance that you're looking for in a modern minivan, Chrysler does offer that. So you can keep your family safe, especially on long road trips. This does have lane keeping assist with lane departure, pedestrian detection with stop and go technology. So Chrysler does keep you really safe in this minivan. So after spending time with the 2021 Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid, if you're looking to have a minivan that gets 30 miles on a plug-in charge, the Pacifica has your name all over it. And honestly, I'm really impressed on how this thing drives, also with the technology that this minivan offers. So how much does a Pacifica cost? Starting price of my Tesla is at $45,845. My Tesla has some optional equipment which rolls in the Uconnect theater system, which is $2,400, including the premium package, which is $1,500. My Tesla has a grand total price at $53,644. But keep in mind, if you qualify for the federal tax credit, which is $7,500, honestly, this minivan is under $50,000, which honestly I think is a steal because of what they offer with the technology and also the way that it drives. I'd like to give a special thanks to Dadeland, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram for providing me with the 2021 Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid. If you're on the market for a Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid, you can come to Dadeland, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Hope you guys have enjoyed my full overview on the 2021 Chrysler Pacifica. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at DriveOnReviews. If you guys want to support the channel, just check out the description box down below, and I'll catch you all in the next video.